I said, good morning, everyone. Come on, talk to me.
Good morning.
All right, listen. I'm very excited to be here. My name is Hotep. I'm the creator of Black Lion and Cubs, a new anime brand that we'll be talking about a little bit and referencing throughout this conversation. But this workshop/panel is called Ownership or Slaveship. How to take your ideas, your thoughts, your dreams, and independently turn them into products, manufacturing, publishing, and all those different things. Right? A little bit of background on me. I'm a long-time creative entrepreneur. I've been doing this type of work since the mid-90s here in Atlanta, when the independent hip-hop explosion occurred during that time. So Outkast, Goody Mob, Kilo Ali, I was there with the rest of them, right? I had a production company called Skinny Men Productions. That's what this logo is here that I wear around my neck. But I had a very interesting experience. As I was learning all the ins and outs of running an independent label, I realized that the reason why I was in the music industry in the first place is because I had something I wanted to say, something I wanted to express. I chose music as that first vehicle. Right? As I was in the music industry, I realized that I didn't have to condense myself to that singular medium. I figured out that if I could write a song, that I could also write a script to a film. I could also write a book. I could also write a treatment for a video game. I could express myself, my thoughts and my ideas in a variety of different ways. And so that's what I started doing. After the music industry, I got into the film. I produced my first documentary. After my documentary, I published my first book. And things just kind of built on from there to all the stuff that you see on the screen here. But my challenge was this. I wanted to get the record deal. They wouldn't give me a record deal. I went to Hollywood, asked for a production deal. Would someone direct and produce my film? The answer was no. In 2006, when I wrote my first book, I wanted a publishing deal. I wrote query letters to all the publishers in New York. They all said no. My journey is that of the individual that can never find a way. I had to learn how to make my own way. And that's why this conversation is specific to people that are willing to take their ideas and see them through fruition into creation of intellectual property. And it's not as difficult as many people assume. It's not as expensive as people think. I've mastered this. And in 2.5 years, what you see there has been done from video games to graphic novels to animation to kids' books to the shirts that you see on my back, right? Now we're on Amazon Prime as well. I have a plushie toy coming out in January, very excited about that. And it won't stop, because this is just what I do. And I want to see it for other people. You understand? Along my journey, 20 plus years, I meet other creative people. They say, hey, I want to write a book. I'm a writer. I always wanted to write a book. And I said, well, where's your book? Well, I haven't written it yet. I've been working on a book for the past 10 years. What? 10 years? One book? I hear this over and over again. Same thing. Oh, you know what? I like video games. Well, you know what? Instead of playing games, why don't you create one? This is no slight to the fandom of any art form. You understand? I'm a fan as well. But I'm not just a consumer. I'm a producer. And I meet are there any other creative people in this room? Raise your hand if you're a creative person. Okay.
That's everybody.
Raise your hand if you also have a product that you've created with your creativity. So we have a few. All right, good. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations. Today, I hope to inspire some of you, to motivate some of you, to encourage some of you, and also to help some of you see beyond where you currently are, to expand your mind, to consider the options. It's okay to be a fan. It's okay to be a consumer. But I find it more gratifying to be a producer and to have people that become fans of my work. And I'm able to share my work with them. I want that for everybody. But as you see in this room, not everybody wants it. Some people are content just being fans and being consumers. And that's okay. Come buy my stuff. I'm happy. Right? But I want you to be on that other side as well. To my left and right, are some of the voice actors that work with our animation, and I want to introduce them to you. On my right side, I have Clinton Vance. Give him a round of applause. And on my left, I have the infamous Waves. Let's give them a round of applause. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about who they are, what they do, and a little bit about their journey and how they got into it. I'm going to start with Clinton.
Hi, everybody. My name is Clinton Vance. Came here from Arizona, flew in a couple days ago. I'm an actor. Started in about 2016 when I started taking acting classes. Started on the stage, got on camera. Did that, did stage, did plays, did short films, things of that nature. During the pandemic, I'm immunocompromised. That's why I'm wearing a mask right now. I couldn't really go out and audition, so I started taking up voice acting, and that's how I got into voice acting. I fell in love with it because before I became an actor, I wanted to be a voice actor because I was raised on anime, Dragon Ball Z, all the anime on Toonami, Yu Yu Hakusho, and I felt that like it would be awesome to be a voice actor. But yeah, I finally became a voice actor in my late 20s, and eventually I stumbled upon Black Lion Cubs on Instagram, and I saw a post saying that they were looking for new team members. So I'm a very introverted person. I'm very shy. I get nervous about putting myself out there, reaching out to people. But I was like, you know what? I'm an actor. I need to market myself. I need to put myself out there. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna DM them. And I was like, hey, I saw that you're looking for new team members. Hotep answered my message, brought me on the team, and eventually he cast me as Super Awesome. It's been really awesome. It's really super awesome playing Super Awesome, and and that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
All right, thank you.
Very grateful.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hey.
So before I start, I always like to start off with a word of affirmation just to get the vibes and show the vibes that I always try to have. So can you guys repeat after me? I deserve more than what society tries to give me.
I deserve more than what society tries to give me.
Can we hear it one more time? One more time. I deserve more than what society tries to give me.
I deserve more than what society tries to give me.
I love it. Hi, I'm Waves. Waves Brewer, Waves Joe Star, two different names, but same person. Not only am I a voice actor, I'm a writer, I'm a director. I've made films, I've made my own manga, I've made animated series, I've made I make a lot of stuff. I just made a song a couple weeks ago for the manga that we have. And pretty much I love to create. I've been doing the arts since I was a kid. My parents didn't really understand why I was always so hyper and I like to just create things, and then they ended up finding a school called Grace Arts Academy. And it was like, okay, let's see if he may be interested in this, because mom tried to put me into like football, boxing, basketball, and that wasn't my type of thing. Then she ended up putting me into art school, and for some reason things just clicked. And I've been doing musical theater, choir, all that stuff. It's right up my alley. And so pretty much I've been doing it since I was 13? Yeah, 13. And so ever since then, I just love the arts. I love to create. I love to express how I feel. I love to give representation, not to just people that look like me, but also to a lot of my friends, because, a lot of them have always wished that they could feel represented in the media that we see every single day. And so, yeah, I have to change something. I feel like I can make a change. That's why I say I deserve more than what society just tries to offer me. Because some people will try to put you in a box. Some people will try to, be like, shut up and just dribble. But I'm not that type of person. I'm the person that wants to inspire and give hope to other people. And Yeah, I've been working with Hotep. How long has it been? Like 2, 3 years now? 2 years. 2 years. And man, it is such a beautiful experience, especially being able to voice Osaro and Saladin, one of the two boys that I love voicing the most out of a lot of characters. I voice a lot of characters. It's very fun, especially just seeing how the brothers interact with each other and their father. Yeah, that's pretty much who I am. So thank you guys for coming here.
All right.
All right, so I know we're talking about voice actors now, but I figured that I have quick little clips here that I can share with you guys about with some of their work here. So would you guys like to see it and hear it?
Yeah.
All right, so the first one I'm going to share with you is from Waves here. As he mentioned, he does 2 characters for Black Lion and Cubs. But this is an example of some of the work and some of the animation for our brand.
This story starts with my dad, Black Lion. He's the most powerful luminaire across the ancient New World. He was military general for the Pharaoh of Upper Egypt and was feared by all other kingdoms. But then he had a dream that caused him to give up fighting and commit his life to peace. So he left the kingdom and came home to Nubia to raise me and my brother. He taught us the principles of Ma'at, which helped us channel our powers of luminescence through our birth symbols. Osama is my little brother. He's really cool. His symbol is the Ankh. My name's Saladin. That means righteous warrior. My symbol's the Duat. Our father's been training us to use our powers so we can protect our land from outside invaders. But first, we need to settle things at home. And this time, we get to go on our adventure with our dad. And you can join us too.
All right, what you guys think? Thank you. Now the next one is Clinton's work for the character Super Austin that he mentioned. That's the character's name. The character's name is actually Super Austin.
What happened? The Cubs are always trying to find ways to increase their powers of luminescence. One time, they tried this really tricky meditation where they both lost control of their powers. That's how I got here. Yeah! It was really confusing at first, having all this power and also having 2 people's voices in my head. I had to take a moment to calm down. Everyone around me was scared. They didn't know what to do. All I know is I'm here to stay. And I feel sorry for anyone that gets in my way. I'm super awesome.
We're here now. It's our turn.
What y'all think is Super Awesome? All right, so that's just a little taste of some of the work that they've done and some of our animation. The reason why this workshop is entitled Ownership or Slaveship. Now you see, sometimes I entitle it Turning Ideas into IP. That's just the generic terminology that I use. That's the sanitary form of that this conversation. But I called it Ownership or Slaveship this time because that energy attracts a certain person, right? Someone that understands how important it is to own their work, to own their thoughts, their ideas, to take responsibility for their lives, their career. Because if you don't, then you're at the mercy of the decision making of other people. Now you heard Waves kind of reference this, right? I deserve more than what other people want to give me. That's a decision that you make, that you take ownership for. Or you can get what you get. See, in this world, you can get what you want, or you can just get what you get. I get what I want. I want more people to get what they want. So that's the reason why I use the language ownership or slaveship. That being said, instead of us doing a presentation, we decided that we wanted to turn the conversation towards you guys. You're here for a reason, right? You could be anywhere right now. You opted to be here. So the question is why? I want you to think about why you opted to attend this session and what you want to get out of it. And feel free to raise your hand and ask your question so you can get what you want out of this conversation. Because I'll tell you right now, if you go to my IG, if you use, where's my QR code? In fact, I'm going to put it up here real quick. 1 second. I see that hand right there. While he's going to be first. Let you guys think about it. Because again, you can just get what you get sitting here, or you can get what you want. That's on you. You're going to get what you want. But I'm going to put this QR code up here. Where would I have it? Where would I have this QR code? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I have, you know what? I have it on the slide. It's on the slide. So let me find it here.
If you feeling good, clap one time. Hey, you feeling good, clap two times. I'm sorry.
Does this work, guys? Try this QR code real quick, because I at least want you guys to follow us. Oh no, I want you guys on our newsletter. Don't worry about following. Is it working? Okay, go scroll down to the link tree and go to join our newsletter or something. Let's stay connected. I have so much to offer, and I don't offer it through the social media channels as much as I do through my newsletter. So just use the QR code and let's stay connected. Go to join newsletter, okay? And you can just put your email address there.
Anybody need help? I got the flyers with the QR code.
Oh, you know it? That's right. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Red. Thank you.
No problem.
Make sure everybody gets one. If you would like, pass it
If you
around.
do not have a flyer, put your hand up.
There you go.
Make sure you get one.
We have more here, Red, if you want
There you
to.
go, sir.
He has them.
Keep them ask. Hands up if you need a flyer. Okay. Keep them ask. QR code is on there for a new one. There you go.
Okay. All right, sir. The floor is yours. What would you like to get out of this conversation? Please start the party off.
So ownership or slaveship.
Yes, sir.
Talked about creatives owning their brand. My question for you is, I'm in a situation where I have a 40-hour-a-week job.
Yes.
And I have my businesses.
That's right.
I find it easier to put 40 hours a week in my job than it is my own business, especially when I already did that. Like I got to go home and work another 40 hours.
That's right.
How do you get out of that transition? How do I transition from the mindset of I'm someone's employee and just going to work and do that versus I'm the CEO, president of my business.
Yes.
Let me go put in time into that.
Man, thank you for that question. I'm going to repeat the question that he asked. He said, listen, I'm a creative. I have dreams. I have visions. He said, but I also have a day job. I have a responsibility. I work 40 hours or plus whatever during my day job. I find it hard to, after all that work, to do what I need to do for myself. He said, how do you transition out of that? And I'm grateful for that question because a lot of people have that challenge, right? I think it comes back to something that Clinton alluded to that I don't know that I want to bring to a head here, right? He talked about, I'm a shy person, right? Now, a lot of people don't know. I'm shy too, okay? You wouldn't believe it, but I'm shy too. Joy knows I'm shy. You remember me, from back then, right? But I learned what Clinton learned. Like, if there's anything in this world that I want, I gotta go get it. It's not always gonna come to me. And it requires a measure of confidence. It requires a measure of confidence and belief in oneself. Just think about what he mentioned, he said, and think about how ridiculous it sounds. I'm gonna say it like that, because I want it to hit you guys. How ridiculous does it sound that you would take 40 hours of your time, your precious and valuable time, and give it to someone else, and then turn around and not do at least the same amount for yourself? How backwards does that sound? But that's so many of us, because the truth is, some of us don't believe enough in ourselves. We're not confident enough in ourselves. We believe more in that job or that boss or that supervisor than we do in ourselves. So it requires you to understand how valuable you are. I tell people, this is controversial, but I'm going to say it here because, I got to lay it all out. For some people, it starts with the way they pray every day. For some people, it starts with the way they pray every day. What do I mean? Well, some people, when they pray, they say, thank you, God, for this, that, and the other. I know I'm not worthy and this, that, and the other, but thank you so much. Did you hear what I said? Who caught what I said? Who caught the science of what I just said? Who caught the key phrase in what I just said? Who caught it? What I say?
I know I'm not worthy.
I know I'm not worthy. You see, some of us are attempting to be humble before the Creator, but we got it wrong. We got it wrong. The simple fact that you are here means that you've already been deemed worthy. The simple fact that you are here on this planet means you have been deemed worthy. So it starts with the way some of us pray every day. Because we say it to ourselves, we psych ourselves out with that kind of language. We internalize it every day, attempting to be humble and not realizing that you have been deemed worthy. The Creator has already given you everything you need. He or she is waiting for you to do something with it. Someone shared with me a great lesson. He said, Hotep, we were created to be creative. Man, that was so powerful. Say, in the Creator's image, that's the image we were created. So, when you understand these things about your very nature, right? How dare you give so much of yourself to other people and not be willing to do the same for yourself, if not more? So that's what I say. Is that a good answer for you guys? All right. Yep, you want to add to that? Yes, sir.
I've had a lot of people always ask me that question, and me, I'm a workaholic. I know some people can, fully go crazy as I do, but I tell people it's not only get into a routine where you feel like you have to do this cycle. It's also the people that you surround yourself with. You have to surround yourself with people that add to your fire. To have a mental strong base and say, hey, okay, I gotta do this to, do what I gotta do. But at the same time, I know this is where I belong. I know this is the path I want to take. I know this is where I belong. Like, sure, yeah, I need a little money right now to, pay bills and stuff. But I know there is more to this that I have to do. You need people that's going to support that. And you also going to need to fix your routine. Because some people just go home, go to sleep, then go to work, then go back home, you go to sleep. You get a couple off days. I tell people, you even on your break, when I'm on my break, when I'm at work, I write down a list of videos I can make or, new ideas that I want to have. You always have time. You just have to make it. It's really how bad do you want it? You're like, I don't want to do this. Okay, well, do you really want it that bad? If you want to get where you want to be, you're going to do it. I've seen people that have worked full jobs and go home right after and make 3 videos. And they'll rack them up, those 3 videos, for a couple weeks. And next thing you know, next month they have 30 videos. And they're having a consistent basis of dropping a video each day. And then when they have a little bit more time, they'll make 3 more videos. And now you got a routine of being consistent. People are starting to watch you saying, oh, this guy is pretty creative. And then they keep seeing you post, They're going to follow you. They're going to want to see where your journey is going to go. So like I said, it's all about how you are mentally. And you can't do things by yourself. You have to reach out to your friends. A lot of people feel like they have to do everything on their own. I'm like, that's not how it works. You need people that love you and want to add fuel to your fire, because I'm telling you, it is a lot easier to do it with people that genuinely care for you than doing it by yourself, because sometimes you're going to get in your head and sometimes you're going to need that third party to tell you like, hey, maybe you should try it this way, or hey,
All right, who's next? Let's get what we want, not what we get. Yes, sir. Stand up and speak up.
For you're making, you did an LLC.
I have an S corp.
Yes. Would you recommend? Right. Like just as a foundation.
So LLC is the typical one for creative people, and so I'm not going to give legal advice here, right? I'll share with you my journey, and they will do the same, right? My company is an S corp, right? What I'll say about LLCs is, yes, LLCs provide a measure of legal protection, but people in the law, my wife's an attorney. Just because you have an LLC doesn't mean you're automatically protected, because someone can sue your LLC and they can sue you personally as well, right? It doesn't stop, so it doesn't necessarily, protect everything, okay? You could be sued, personally as well as through your company. So LLC is the typical one. The whole idea here is to really be thinking about yourself as a brand and as a business, right? What's your area of creativity?
Video games.
You create video games? Okay, good. Congratulations, right? And novels, right? You should have an entity beyond yourself. My name is Hotep, right? Hotep means peace, by the way. I'm named after Imhotep, the builder of the first pyramids. But when I present myself, you see Black Lion and Cubs, because that's the brand, right? I don't want people to remember Hotep. I want people to remember the brand, the company, because that ultimately is going to live beyond me, right? Anytime I submit something, it's through the brand itself. You see the brand everywhere it is. Everything you see on the slide there, you see Black Lion and Cubs somewhere, on the shirts, on the books, everywhere. My point is, LLC is typically the start. And you should also be thinking about copyrights and trademarks for your intellectual property. All right, so turning ideas into IP. IP stands for intellectual property. Every time you create something, you should be considering getting either a trademark or a copyright for those items that you create, if you're taking it seriously. When you do that, it lets the world know that you're taking yourself seriously. For example, I just signed a contract with a licensing agent, right? One of the first things they want to know is, do you have your trademarks? Do you have your copyrights? Because if we're going to put this in the world of commerce and we're going to have people license your brand that you develop, your ideas, your IP, it needs to be protected, right? So again, I'm just sharing this with you guys as you're thinking about whatever you're developing, that you start protecting your ideas and utilizing these legal protections that are available. Okay? Yes, sir. Anyone else? Questions? Come on, let's get it. I see you, big brother. All right. Yeah. Gotcha.
Kind of jumping off from this as the last point, with that whole thing of making sure to kind of take active ownership of your own IPs, things that I was considering is possibly going Creative Commons with my creations. I understand that it does kind of come with the risk of,
Now, what does that mean when you say Creative Commons? I just want to be clear that I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, very fair. Creative Commons is basically, instead of being necessarily the sole owner of the IP itself, the IP is more or less out there for the public to use as they see fit. Big thing I want to do with the game that I'm creating is also make it open source. If someone wants to learn from anything that I create, I want any of my resources to be out there. I kind of want people to be able to see exactly how I got to where I was and take the same strides if they think it's a good direction.
Yes.
So I also understand that with Creative Commons does come a couple of unique challenges with it. So I said, okay, the big thing is I technically don't own my own creations as it becomes public domain.
That's right.
In that, I would need to then market myself as my own talents as the creator rather than the brand itself. With these kind of ideas going on in my head right now, what kind of avenues would you recommend for me to take, either going forward with this, avoiding it, or just marketing myself as a creator rather than trying to market myself through the creations?
Gotcha. Great question, my brother. So number one, I enjoy being in total control of my ideas and what I create. That's important to me. Control is important to me. I'm a control freak, okay? And for me, my creativity, my creations are very personal, right? Like I created Black Lion and Cubs because I have 2 young children and I wanted to create something cool for my sons. And so this is a project created out of love. It's personal for me. So I will not position my brand in such a way that other people have access to it in a way that they can change it. Like, no. You know, I'm with some of these, you know, creators that get mad when people change their characters and such because I don't want that's my son right there. You understand? Like, no. So I can understand that. So my point is, I like the idea of control. So, but that's me. When you hold your entities under your control, that means that not everybody's gonna have access to it, right? And if you do give them access, they're gonna have to pay for it, right? Like anybody has access to the brand, they just have to pay for it, right? So it's not open source, right? That's not appealing to me, but for some people it is. Part of the reason why I have a licensing deal now is because I want the brand to be seen by the entire world, experienced by the entire world. I'm not exactly sure how to do that, but I want my products and my items protected, my ideas protected. So I'm kind of balancing those 2 things here. There's plenty of people, as you know, that do open source. I wonder how much they are able to monetize their creations. And that's another thing that you guys have to decide. Some of us just do it and we're happy that it's out there, right? And for I got a book. Great. You're excited that you have your book. Great. Other people, I have a book, but now they say, hey, now I got to sell this thing. I got to make some money from it, right? Especially if you want to get rid of that day job that you have. So again, these are the types of questions that all of us have to ask ourselves, right? Do you want to monetize your creations? Is the question for you. Or is it more important that people experience what you create? What's more important to you?
Out of those 2 options, but of course the big one is definitely I want more people to see the things I create.
Okay.
At the end of the day, if I die poor but I'm well known, I'll be happy.
Okay, and let's give them a round of applause. I die poor, but people know me, I'm happy, right? This is a personal thing for all of us. You have to decide for you what works for you. That doesn't work for me. Understand? I want the money, but I also want the fame too. I want both. I believe I deserve both. Right? I believe my brand is deserving of both. So it's just not enough, and that's the reason why if you go to YouTube, like people say, is your stuff on YouTube? Just a little bit. I'm not giving, no. Because I want people to value what I create the same way I do. People tend not to value things they get for free. This is the science, right, of business, right? This is what's well known. People tend not to value things that they get for free. But when they spend big money for something, they protect it. Oh no, I spent $50 for this, right? But if it's free, whatever, I step on it, kids, it's nothing. Keep this in mind as you're going about things, right? Question, young lady.
Actually, it's an add-on to the discussion around, not necessarily dying poor but well known, but the idea of open source and giving things away and wanting your creativity to just be out there. I think there's a way to not ride the line, but set a bar. Like there's some things that you can offer. My sales background, we call them loss leaders, right? We'll go ahead and you can have this and I can show you that, but subscribe to my course and I'll show you how to do what I did. Or anything beyond this is, under my control. So you don't find yourself on that slippery slope of giving everything away, but you do find you do have an avenue to monetize your mind, the things that you know that you can teach other people versus giving it all away. They can get a taste, This is my 2 cents.
And to add on to that, the last thing I'm going to say from a cultural perspective, right? If you didn't notice, I'm African American, right? There's too many of us African American people in America who are well known for the great works that they've done that are also dying poor. And they will die, and you'll have to do a Kickstarter campaign or a GoFundMe because they don't even have enough money to be buried. You understand what I'm saying? And so, again, for me, this is also partially a revolutionary act, right? To be able to take control of what you own. Because if you don't, other people will. They will co-opt what you create and then steal it, and then they'll monetize it, make millions of dollars, and you will be well known, but you died poor. That don't sit well with me on that level as well as an African American in this country, okay? So again, to each their own. Let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with what you want out of life. You get what you want. That's what this is all about. I just want to be clear for me what this is all about and why it's called ownership or slaveship. There's a hand over here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to be a few minutes.
Okay.
Just a point. I've been walking in the creative world since I was a child, and I'm now pushing 60.
Okay.
I have over 100 published works out there.
Yes, ma'am.
No one's heard my name. Even though I've been in national magazines, nobody knows who I am. And this is the important thing about the Creative Commons, because I had that point of view. As long as it was getting out there, it was okay. But the problem is that if you are not a success, it means that you are not reaching people. And if you do not monetize, it means you do not have the money in order to keep reaching people. Because everything costs money. It all comes down to that. If I don't have the funds to invest in my product and to market it and to get it out to the people, you're touching nobody. So it's very important to be a success so that you can reach the people you want to reach for the reason you want to reach them. And yes, ask for that money, because if you don't get that money, you can't go on to your next project.
Well said. Let's give her a round of applause. I will add on to that. I see another hand, and I'll look at as many people as possible. There is a lot of credence to the idea that regardless of how you want it, it's the people with the money that dictate the culture. This is what I'm gonna say, right? So in every industry, this is what I've learned, being in the music industry, film, and everything else. You have pimps and you have purists, okay? You have pimps in every industry and you have purists. You have people that do it for the love, the purists. Do it for the love, I just love doing it, right? And what do they get in return because they do it for the love? A whole lot of love. You have other people, the pimps. They don't care about the culture. They don't care about, they don't have the skill or the talent. They do it for the money. And you see these people and you wonder, well, how did they get a record deal? How did they get a publishing deal? Why is this on TV? This sucks. But they have the money or the money behind them, and they're able to influence culture, right? That stuff doesn't just happen, by accident. Even the stuff that you think is trending right now, there's money pushing this, right? So, and especially now with social media, this is not just, this doesn't come, what is it called? This just doesn't go organically, what's it called? Viral, organically viral. People are pushing these things. Has anybody heard of these, what do you call it, farms? These, streaming farms? This is ridiculous what people do nowadays. The tricks. In any case, so to her point, it takes dough to make bread. That's Hustler's Commandment number 9. It takes dough to make bread. Young lady in the back with the glasses. That's you in the black.
Oh, me?
Yes, yeah.
Hello, everybody. I am Congresswoman Nikema Williams.
Hey, so you're in D.C.
And I represent Atlanta in the United States Congress, and my son is all into anime and loving this. Carter, and he was so excited by me. I'm sitting behind her, so he was super excited. But I am thinking about this from the perspective of I'm all about bringing community, culture, and Congress together, because we make so many laws and regulations on how you make money, how streaming works, and who has access to what platforms. And so I just want to make sure that we can continue this conversation. I'm going to leave my contact information about how Congress can play a role. We're doing this now in the music industry, making sure that people are getting paid for their creativity. Right. And so as AI and the digital world is continuing to transform, I want to make sure that I'm able to make sure that I'm opening up doors so that people like you who've been in this, what you said, 60 years? How long did you say?
50 years. My
50
first
years.
book was when I was 9, and I am just about to turn 58. So I've been in here for 50 years. I've been doing this. I have done poems, novels, stories. I have been published so often. And if you know where to go, you can find my name. Yes. But the reality is I have published and published and published and published. And you can do that. And I helped out with my family income, but and here's another thing it is. If you are not a big success, you want your name to be remembered. But if you're not a big success, your name is forgotten overnight.
So I think that Congress has a key role to play in making sure that everybody has access to opportunity and the money, access to capital, one of our main goals is closing the racial wealth gap in Congress, and you don't do that without making sure that the creatives are represented in every community and getting paid for their creativity. So consider me a co-conspirator for justice in this work as we continue to do this together.
Let's give the Congresswoman a round of applause. Do you remember me? We made a Congressional Black. Listen,
I remembered you.
You were at Congressional Black Caucus.
Yes.
And I came up to you. I have somebody, even if it's not your cell number, I have somebody in your team's cell number because we text you because we wanted to be on the panel. I was there on behalf of Black Education Station, which was the streaming network. And so we'll talk about that later.
My husband remembers, so you maybe text him.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to have my team here. We'll make sure that we get your information. Don't leave it out. Get us connected. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Give her another round of applause. Okay. Someone else. I have. This man right here is trying to get everything that he wants out of it. I'm not mad, but I want to make sure that, there you go, my brother. See, I saw you locked in earlier. Come on now. Naruto, just talk to us. What you want?
So I'm in the middle of a very large creation.
Okay.
And problem is, I don't really have a lot of money. Anybody really.
That's all right.
Push it out to the public, things like that. I've kind of been starting fresh with a lot of friendships and everything because I've kind of learned, really important lessons of, self-respect.
Yes.
So basically starting out with not a lot of resources, not a lot of money. And I'm trying to decide what parts of this project do I release without giving out the whole story.
Great question.
Because if it's a good system, someone's going to jump on it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I don't know what your opinion is on Dune and Star Wars and how similar they are.
Yes.
I do not like what happened with this.
Yes.
I felt like the concept was stolen, monetized, somebody was a lot louder than him.
Yes. Thank you for that question. So this gentleman here is part of a big creative project, doesn't have a lot of resources, and so is questioning whether or not he wants to farm out some of the duties to create his body of work. And this is what I'll say. Number one, as much as you can, when you have an idea, attempt to get all of the free real estate out there that's available. Get the domain for it, right? Get the IG, all the social medias for it, the YouTubes. Get all that. That's free stuff that you can get. It doesn't cost you anything. That at least prohibits someone else from stealing that, okay? So if I have an idea, for example, the first thing I said, is that domain free? Snatch it up, right? The next thing is, I use, and I'm notorious for using some of the, what do you call them? The platforms that have people that will help you from around the world, like Fiverr, for example. I use Fiverr. That's my weapon of choice. And what I do is, there's no singular person that knows everything about my project. So I have several people that are contributing different pieces to my project. That's another way that I keep other people from stealing my work, because this person may have just a little piece of it. They don't have the whole thing. So as I'm farming it out to people, and these are people I don't know, right? They're in other countries. They can steal it. But because I present it in a way that this is already done, this is another thing, is positioning it that this is already done. You're joining in on something, right? Then in number two, so the way you do that is by doing the mock-ups first. If you're working on a book, get that book cover, boom. So if anybody wants to steal it, oh man, it's already done. You see, get the mock-ups done. If you're doing a card game, get that. You see my card game right there. The mock-ups are done. So you're in the mind of the person that's working on it. I can't steal it because it's already out there. You see, but then the other thing is using different people to do different parts of it and not letting them know exactly, not giving them the full information. Right? Some people will tell you NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. Those are fine. Those are helpful. But the truth of the matter is, again, my wife's an attorney. People break those all the time. And the question is, when it's broken, do you have the finances to go to court, to take them to court and get caught up in that legal battle? Right? So these are games that people play. Novices will say, oh, I got a contract. People break that stuff all the time. And then because they know that you can't afford to go to court with me, right? You're not ready, you're not about this smoke. So do what you can within your power, okay? But I highly recommend using those platforms like a Fiverr, Upwork, and some of the others because it gives you access to a lot of talented people that will do the same work they do in America for pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar. And that's one of my big secrets for being able to get so much done very inexpensively, right? So that's for you, my brother. All right, there's another hand right there. Candace, make sure you talk to Miss Congresswoman afterwards. Yes. No, behind you. I'll get you last, man. If there's other people, okay? Just to be fair. Yes, sir. Hey, I saw you at another panel, the video game. Yep, okay. Siege, Georgia game developers. No, were you there? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay. So, going along with that, what kind of red flags would any creator who has offered outside help, what kind of red flags do they want to look out for? What partners do you want to help with?
Start again, I'm sorry. I want to make sure I'm understanding.
So, what red flags should creators watch for when opportunities from other creators or other outside resources come and be like, hey, we want to help you with this, we want to this money or these resources or what have you, like what kind of red flags should creators look out for?
Give me a more specific example. That's scam. Well, but there's a lot of scam. I mean, what kind of scam are you talking about? How you, because there's people that are scammed for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, so for example, maybe you've got a friend, maybe you just met at AWA, and they're like, hey, I saw a couple of things you had on Instagram, like, I'm kind of interested in this, I do drawings, maybe we can work together. What kind of red flags do they end up giving off that's like, I think that this person is actually just trying to farm me for my stuff, kind of get it.
So someone that's wanted to draw a picture?
Yeah, like maybe they're, maybe it could be even somebody on Fiverr where you're reaching out and saying, hey, here's the MDA, you think you got it locked in, don't steal the design, but this is what I really need. How do I know that they're not going to take that?
Okay, so the bottom line is this for everybody. You never know, and people are stealing all the time. It's part of this industry and business. That's part of the reason why I always recommend that when you're a creative person that you do things that are very personal and unique to who you are. Like, so it's called personal branding, right? When you create something that is based off of everything that makes you unique and special, there is no competition because there's only one you. You understand? Likewise, when you're developing something, it's hard for people to steal something when you're the goose that lays the golden eggs, you see? And so you have to, in some way, have a measure of do what you can, some of the things I just mentioned. But at the end of the day, you do understand that people steal all the time. And you know what? The truth is, in your head, your idea is just genius and all that great, but most people, the other people are like, that sucks, I don't even want that. Then you may be thinking it's the next best thing, but other people are like, that's garbage, right? So my point is, sometimes it's just in our head. Sometimes it's just in our head that we think, we're holding it so tight. And that's all I can say about that, because you just mentioned doing in Star Wars, like some of you see these movies, and you're like, hold on, there was Deep Impact, there was Armageddon, like how come all these movies coming out right next to each other? It's the same story. Somebody stole it, right? But you keep moving anyway, right? You want to say? Did you want to say anything about any of these points yet?
So I have dealt with a bunch of scamming things, and there are certain things that they do specifically, especially when it comes to an email. So there's a lot of times where, I don't know if any of you guys do TikTok or Instagram, but once you get to a certain point, there are these spam bots that will email you. There are some people that actually will email you for collab or, want to pay you to make a video for them. Specifically when they say, hey, we're going to send you a check. Mm-hmm. You always, especially if they say that, say you only accept PayPal or Cash App. Specifically. I've had a lot of creative friends that have started as a creator and they started making videos and people wanted to work with them and they will try to send them scammy stuff. Also, look up their names. There are a lot of times when people will try to like do stuff with you and they don't even exist. I'm telling you right now, if somebody is a creator and they're doing stuff, they're on LinkedIn. If they're not on LinkedIn, it's kind of fishy. Especially if they say, hey, I work with this team and I've done it for years. Okay, if you're part of this brand, that means that if I go on LinkedIn, it's going to say that you work a part of that brand. LinkedIn actually is becoming one of like the biggest networking social media platforms right now, especially when it comes to working with other creators and other people. So please make sure to look people up. That prevents legit a lot of people from getting scammed.
Get the information. Okay. Yeah. Look, people are scamming. When I ran a campaign, crowdfunding campaign, I got so many spammy emails, people claiming to be working with what's the name of that company? The one that you guys all know, crowdfunding. Which one is crowdfunding? Kickstarter. Oh, yeah. They got these fake, and they use fake emails, but they act like they're part of Kickstarter, So, as Wave said, just do your due diligence, pay attention. I've actually had to snitch on people, claiming to be part of something when they're not. But as far as just the idea of people stealing your stuff, it's a part of the game of creativity. Don't let that hold you back, is what I'm saying, my brother. Let your light shine. Let your light shine, all right? Yes, in the back, and then I'm going all the way to the back, and then up to you, okay? Yes, sir, the glasses.
How y'all doing?
All right, yourself.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Sorry, I have to bring my teacher voice anyway. Okay, so I think I mentioned before, but I'm a writer.
Okay.
I'm ready to publish my first book.
You said what about the book?
I'm get ready to publish my books next year.
Hey, congratulations.
Well, starting the editing process, but
okay.
Books is basically almost done. Anyway, so what I want to know is, so I'm looking to go to various other Black conventions to sell the books and get some physical copies done.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for a first-time author, first-time vendor type of thing, how many physical books, there are going to be 2 books coming out next year. How many physical books do you think I should do? Should I do like say 30, kind of split it, have like 50-15?
Gotcha. All right, so good question. Number one.
Like numbers of merchandise to have, so like, because I plan to do both digital and physical.
Okay. So number one, when it comes to exhibiting, first of all, I love event marketing. I don't do a lot of stuff online. I love event marketing. We have a booth. 632 is our booth. If you guys haven't been by there, come by. I love event marketing, but it requires you to be savvy and learn about events. So number one, I couldn't answer that question without knowing the size of the event, right? Some events have thousands of people come through. Some events only have 100 people come through. So you're not going to need as many books, right? Number two, are you a good salesman is the question. Right? I have a great salesman on my team. Red, let them know who you is.
No, I'm about to take over right now.
You want the mic?
Listen, I'm about to take, matter of fact, sometimes you don't have to have this much energy, but you can have a product. My love will tell you, you can have a product, but you still got to get out there and sell it. People still got to know about it. Y'all saw me out there screaming, come on in this room. You can create something. But speeches only reach those that already know about it. Outcast. Speeches, I'll say it again. Speeches only reach those that already know about it. This room, you wouldn't be here if somebody didn't tell you, if somebody did not promote. So I'm a sales arm of this thing, right? And I don't have that much time. This box is already sold, all right? We have boxes, these $60 boxes. It has 3, we have more than 3 items, but 3 items that you purchase for $20, you get the box as well. Black Lion is here to sign it. We have 2 of our voiceover actors here to sign it. I only have 10 of these left. 1 is sold because the congresswoman gonna buy one for her son. She already told me. This is the only sample one that I have up here. You have to have somebody in sales, and I'm serious about I only have 10 more. So if you guys want something, y'all come see us. We do have a booth downstairs as well. If you want some of our items, you don't want to spend $60, but guys, if you want the collector's box, and can I show us some products? I'm not even asking, I'm just doing it. You gotta do it sometimes. Your salesperson gotta go hard when they use the opportunity. We have pens, y'all. Yes, we have, come on, clap it up, thank you. Clap it up. We have children books. We're not just talking about this. We got children books. Oh, y'all see this young lady Candace up here? She got books with all the girl stuff in it. Oh, yeah, okay. Y'all saw Super Awesome? He was crazy, man, got personal anger issues, but this one right here, we try to tell him that he matters. We love you, we love you, we love you. Listen, I don't know if I can talk about this book, but this is a free illegal, I went to Congress later. It's a free illegal item that we're giving you if you purchase the product. Has anyone saw this item yet at our table? Anyone saw this yet? I want one person to come up here. Who's bold enough to come up here? Yeah, look, okay, look, I don't have time for it, but man, Hotep, oh my God, bro, you should see this. Somebody come up here while I do this. Hurry up. Somebody come up here. Somebody, hurry up. Oh, got one. No, you seen this already. Get out of here. Come here. So this is another one of our books, y'all, graphic novels. I want you to open it up. Just open it while I'm talking. Just look at a few pages. And while I'm talking, y'all look at her reaction. She never did this before. Just look at her reaction. Oh my God. She's looking at stuff. You turn around so they can see your reaction. Oh,
okay, you got to see my reaction.
Yeah, don't say nothing though. Here's another one of our graphic novels, y'all. All of our products are $20. Hurry up. And for the writer, if you are a writer, you want to write your own novel, we have the image inside of here with lines so you can write your own. Everything that we have is $20. You pick 3 items, that's $60. You get this box. I'm gonna stay up here, so those that want the box, come see me. If you're just trying to get a little autograph and want one of the items, Hotep and the voiceover actors are going downstairs. Did y'all see her face? Did y'all see her face? What you think about what you, don't say nothing, but what you think about what you see?
It's a very unique concept.
Is it illegal?
Not in this day and age.
Okay, hold on. Can we kill Superman? Is that legal?
They've done it.
Is that legal? Can we do it?
Oh, you can't.
We can't do it. What about Mickey Mouse? Can we kill Mickey Mouse?
I mean, actually, yeah, he's in.
But we can't legally, y'all. Disney gonna sue us. Okay, all right, I'm doing too much. Give me the book. But anyway, y'all, this is a free item. If you choose to get it, it's very bad. But anyway, y'all, I did my part. Sales is serious. If y'all want one of the box sets, come see me. I'm gonna hang right here for those that want it because I don't have a lot. And if you want to do anything else, follow us downstairs to our booth. Thank you guys. I want y'all to clap it up for yourselves. Come on, make some noise so they can go outside. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna shut up and give my the whole back to microphone. Okay, I'm done.
A round of applause for So to answer my friend's question, it requires knowledge of the event, and then what do you have a team with you at the table? Are you a good salesman yourself? Some of us are good salesmen. Don't be like some of these people down there watching, right? You have people that spend good, hard-earned money to be here and to exhibit, and all they do is sit behind their table and wait for something to happen. You see, you're not going to get good sales unless they're selling something that already sells itself. You understand? But most people's stuff doesn't sell itself. And even if it did sell itself, you could sell more if you're engaging your audience. How you doing today? Things of that nature. Again, I know a lot of us are awkward and shy and such, but as you're hearing today, it requires a measure of confidence and willingness to step out of your comfort zone to get what you want out of this world. Otherwise, you're just going to get what you get. Another person that's here on my team that I want to make sure I introduce is Candace. You have time to come up and introduce yourself? You want to say something to him?
All right. Hey, good. What time is it?
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Candace Avery. As Red mentioned, I am the author of the Fashionably Late series. I also am the director and founder of a girls mentorship program called Fashionably Late. The LATE stands for Living Authentically Transformed and Empowered. I'm also an author. I've been around Hotep enough for, some of his genius to kind of splash off onto me. But I wrote my first book 5.5 years ago, and I have 6 books now. So just an idea of what is possible when you're turning your ideas into IP. Excited to be here with you guys, and I do have a few copies of my book that are signed, and I'll probably be here for another 30 minutes after this event, so if you want to come by the table, I will see you there. But good to see you guys.
Thank you.
That's what happened when you believe.
Last question, my friend. I'm sorry, did I answer your question? So go out there, print. Now, and the last thing I want to say about that is it costs less when you print in bulk, right? So if you're printing small quantities of your book, your profit margins are going to be minimized. I know some people that, it costs them $5 to, print their comic book, $5 each, right? And they sell their comic for $7. Only making $2 a book, and the margins are so small. If you print thousands at a time, you can get that cost down to, 50 cents. And Marvel, they don't cost, those books cost them 50 cents. The books, whatever you pay for those Marvel books, it costs them 50 cents each. Maybe even less, depending on how much they're printing. So again, these are things to consider when you're out there printing books, okay? And the last thing I want to say about that is, go USA, but it costs a lot cheaper to print in China, right? Even with the tariffs. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So, talking about stuff like that, physical medium, so like t-shirts, plushies, how does smaller creatives kind of get into stuff like that for merchandise? I'm game dev, so stuff like that.
Yes, this is the easy time. This is the beautiful time. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about art in particular. When you have an art, when you draw something, you can take and repurpose that art in so many different ways. That's what you're seeing on the screen here, right? If I have an artist render an image for me, I can take that singular image and put it on a t-shirt, I can put it on a lunchbox, I can put it on a book bag, I can put it on, I can put it in comic book form, I can turn it into a poster. Right? How many is that right there? Right? I can create cards. I can take the poster, condense it into a card. I can make a sticker, right? Keychains. What else? What else am I missing? What am I missing? You can turn it into a doll, have it 3D rendered, turn it into a figurine or a plushie doll, right? And that's just one image, one singular image. Imagine if you have 5, 10, 20, 30. So, and you're a game developer, or you have games, right? So those characters or that story from your game can be told in a comic book form. It can be told in animation form. So that's the reason why I'm able to have so many different IP properties, is because once I tell one story, I find creative ways to tell that same story through different mediums. So when I wrote my first story for Valley of the Kings, I have the animation, I have a video game called Valley of the Kings, right? I have a book called Valley of the Kings. So that's 3 products from one singular idea and story. And I could have several more if I wanted to. That's what I want you guys to start thinking about when you create something. Don't minimize your creativity to one medium or one format. You don't have to do things the industry way. When you're an entrepreneur, when you're the boss, you create the way. You create the way. And so again, our time is up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we said something that touched you. Did we say something that resonated with you guys? Yes or no, right? Okay. Good. Thank you all for being here. As I mentioned, as Red mentioned, we have the gift boxes. We have only about 10 more of those left. We'd be happy to make sure any of you that's interested. Where'd Red go?
You went to get some more stuff from downstairs. He went to get the car.
Okay, well, we have about 10 more of those. You can tell Candace, if you want, you can order it through Candace right here, and then come down and pick it up from our booth downstairs. You don't have to do anything. You can order it from Candace. But before we do so, we want to take a quick picture right here by the stage. If you guys don't mind, come on over here. Let's take a family picture, all right? Thank you for being here. Have a great evening.
Talk down.